Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer. Today's beer is right here with me. The beer is right here, and the beer is from Tatamagouche in Nova Scotia. Excuse me. Its ingredients are water, malt, hops, and yeast. It contains barley. It is the only beer made with pure Tatama goodness. It's 4.5% alcohol by volume. It's Jitney dry hopped sour. I was 100% sure I had had Jitney before, but I don't have it tapped in, which means I must not have had it. I've tapped in every beer I've ever had. So, let's go on to this, right? So first and foremost, the Jitney was a self-propelled train that made a lot of smoke, noise, and steam, traveling the short distance between Oxford and Stellarton, which are both in Nova Scotia, passing through Tatamagouche. Tart and juicy, Jitney is dry hopped with El Dorado, adding tropical fruit flavors including pineapple and mango. This beer is going to make a lot of noise. And usually you find them done with Citra. So El Dorado, slightly different type of dry hopping, makes me very happy. What do we have? We have 2,000 people have tapped it in, and they've given it a 3.86 out of 5 on Untapped overall average. 7 of my friends have tapped it in, and they have given it an average of 3.86 out of 5. So let's quickly just look here of which one of my friends. So Bylog, Greg, who used to be on the channel all the time, he gave it a 3.5. April, who does beer vlogging and writing and stuff like that, she didn't rate it because she's in the industry and can't rate beers. Todd B, or Todd Beal, who ran a beer review channel at the same time as Lee in, can't remember if Todd was Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, but he gave it a 4 out of 5. Ken C gave it a 4 out of 5. Dawn C gave it a 3.75 out of 5. Scott A gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And Joe, the legendary Average Joe, gave it a 4 out of 5. Oh, and Jordan St. Jean, who is a well-renowned beer writer and beer historian, gave it a 4.25 out of 5. And Todd tapped it in again. And Jordan tapped this in 2017. So it's been a long time since he's had it. So this beer has been around for a long time. He tapped it in 2017, as did Todd's first one. And he wrote on here, and Jordan's originally from the Maritimes, damn, I turned my back on Nova Scotia for a decade and they get really, really good. And Nova Scotia, another province that has very few craft breweries and has a very small population, just like Saskatchewan, very small population. They seem to do really good beer. And I don't know if it's because with the population as small as it is, you have to be good, or if it's just luck. But the smaller provinces seem to do amazing. We talk about a lot of different things on the Albino Rhino Beer Review, especially with the fact that I do all the vlogging and all that. But one of the things that we haven't really talked about, and I will talk about it at some point, is that the population of the entire province of Saskatchewan is like a quarter of the GTA. There is like 2.5 million people in this province, and the biggest cities, there's like, 5 cities? And none of them are over like 300,000 people. So it just tells you how small some of the communities are. And it makes you realize when you have a city of like 250,000 and you have 8 breweries, you have to, 1, love drinking, but 2, you have to be really good to make people continue to come out and pay money for you. And I think that's the type of thing that's happening in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick and stuff as well. There is so many good beers coming out of the Maritimes. There's so many good beers coming out of Saskatchewan. I have not had a lot of duds out of those provinces, and I think part of the reason is, again, the population is so small that you have to do something to make people want to come out to you. Hazy, not hazy crazy, but hazy. I can see the shadow of my hand. Golden color. The head was there. It faded pretty quickly. I can see a lot of bubbles moving in there. Very, very good looking beer. Scent out of the glass. Oh my God. Orange, mango, pineapple, little touch of passion fruit, and almost a touch of chrysanthemums, a floral note out of the can. Floral and pineapple. The mango isn't shining. Oranges. But I wouldn't say, I say chrysanthemum out of the glass, but I wouldn't say chrysanthemum out of the can. I'd just say floral out of the can. Anyway, cheers, let's try it. Okay, so here is where this is different. Whenever I have something dry hopped with Citra, I get the idea that I'm drinking Nectorious. Nectorious. And as you guys know, Nectorious was one of my 10 out of 10 beers. Well, as you have watched a lot of this channel know. And that gives off a lot of nectarine, orange, all that type of stuff. The El Dorado, although it's supposed to give off a lot of citrusy fruitiness, it doesn't seem to be as citrusy. Like, I smelt mango. I don't taste mango. I taste a tiny bit of pineapple. I taste a tiny bit of passion fruit. I taste a fairly apparent floral note. And almost like orange peel. Now, that's not to say I dislike it. I don't dislike it. This is actually a solid, very good beer. And I've said before, my saddest thing with dry hop sours is everybody's dry hopping with the same hops. This is different. And I don't want to take a point away or anything because it's different. It's not dry hopped with Citra, and it doesn't taste like it was dry hopped with Citra, and it doesn't taste like it was dry hopped with Citra because it's not dry hopped with Citra. Light bodied, easy drinking, fruity, floral. I really like it. Is it a 10 out of 10 like Nectorious? No. Is it a 7 out of 10 like some other dry hop sours, or even lower? No. It's a beer I would go out of my way to get again. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I really enjoy this beer. Thank you guys. Bye.